Hi, this is Rachelle, Scrapcraftastic, and I'm going to do something a little different today. I have a few things I want to go over. First off, this is one of my first Webster Pages Color Crush personal size ring bound planners. I'm going through all my planners and sorting things out. So if you're interested in seeing some of what I've gone through thus far, I do have a archive channel. It's Scrapcraftastic Planner Archive. I will link it in the description box below because as I go through my old planners, I will be recording flip throughs and posting them up over there. This one I haven't flipped through yet, so it will be coming soon. This I don't know what to say has happened to this planner. It's sat on the shelf with every other planner that I have. It may have been too exposed to too much sun, but all of them have been exposed to the same amount of sun. I don't understand it. I thought that maybe I could maybe paint it and rescue it, but it looks like I'm going to have to trash it. This is what I'm talking about. If I just barely press down on the whatever material this is made out of, it will flake up. It's got little dings and divots. It doesn't take much, and it seems to be a lot worse around the edges. So if I just do like that, I can just like peel. You see that? It just peels that whole top coating off. I don't know what that material is under there. It's like some type of foam, and it's just deteriorated. This is the back. Okay, this was one of my favorites too. I would have kept this forever. But yeah, I don't think I can save it. This is what it looks like. It still has everything in it. It has one of my favorite spreads of all time in it. Let's see if I can open it up. I remember where I was and what was happening when I did this. This is like one of my favorites from back in the day. Okay. So yeah, spreads like this, and pretty much all of my spreads, I would love to keep. But I have moved from planner to planner so much that I have a variety of different sizes of spreads, different binding systems. Like this is ring bound, I have disc bound, I have perfect bound in journals, but I would like to keep them. However, I don't want to keep them all in whatever planner they were in. So I just wanted to show you how this Color Crush in gold has deteriorated over time, and I haven't had it that long. Webster's Page is closed a few years ago. I think it was 2021, 2022, something like that. So they are no longer in business, and I would love to be able to keep my Webster's Pages, but this one is gonna have to go because yeah, it's in bad shape. All right, moving right along. So here I have some archive loosely, I use the term loosely, um, spreads and pages that I have done. Now I was going to try and work these in. I'm not sure what size this is. It's probably a 6-ish a pocket. Um, but I'm not going to, even though I did some research and found out, yeah, these are A6. Even though I did some research and found out that I could possibly use different sizes, I'm going to start simple and stick with half length. So what I'm going to attempt to do is bind these into a book with no sewing, none of that. Just need a little glue and a little creativity, and hopefully this is going to work. What makes me hesitate about this is these pages that have the mushroom punches for the discs. I'm not sure this will work well with these. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay with the 6-ring binder pages. So those will be fine. I'm not sure about the washi tape on the edge of those pages. Kind of wonder, looking at them now, why did I put washi tape on that side? But I'm sure I did it to reinforce. So this is kind of what I want to do. This little booklet I made, it doesn't have a cover on it, but this little booklet I made with offcuts of different papers. And they were just single sheet papers, and I could probably pull these out like a notepad if I chose to. But yeah, I have my end papers on here. Now I did something similar to this, to what I'm going to do, and similar to this. Again, this is just, these pages are put together with glue. Did something similar on my other channel, Journal Life's Journey. I'll link to the video in the description box below if you want to go check that out. For that one, I was using some of the 12 by 12 papers that I had in a recent destash. I'll link the stash video as well. I sold some of the papers, some of them didn't sell, so I wanted to get some use out of them. Kind of thought outside of the box and came up with a way um, based on something I saw at Twisted Art Designs, a way to use that 12 by 12 paper. So this is just a play on what I did in that video, and I think this is going to end up being a great way to preserve or save your inserts without having to store them in a planner, without having to buy special ways to store them. Like I put these on book rings when I deconstructed a planner recently. Previously, I used old discs, but now I can use these discs for something else because I'm going to take these off. And then I just had these in a little storage bin because I just don't want to throw them away. Now, I do throw away a lot of the blank pages in between, say if I miss a week, but some things that I've gone through all the trouble to decorate and I purchased all these things to decorate. I think I want to just keep them. And I think it'll be a good way, like scrapbooking, basically. I think it'll be a good way to store them over time. And then once I'm gone, if somebody wants to get rid of them, they have everything in one place. Now, I think this is all up to through 2022, and this is by no means everything, but if this works out well, then I will go through my other planners and start doing this. Maybe put 3 years together or something like that. Now, some of these, I don't know what the year is. I can go back and figure it out, but I'm not gonna bother. I do know that these 2 are mostly 2020 based on what the inserts say. Okay, so I'm going to combine all of this. So I can go ahead and take these off the rings. So I can use those elsewhere. And I do need some clamps or something, book press, I think it's called. I don't have a book press, but I do have clamps. I have those large clamps from Dollar Tree, like this. You could also use some type of tool to hold these in place. I can't remember what those tools are called. And I may end up buying some because I got a feeling these might not be big enough. These aren't the best quality either. Of course they're not. See like this. I don't want to throw that away. I don't know how well that's going to work when I bind it. Um, yeah. But I want to keep all of that. So the main thing that I need to do is get everything lined up together as best as I can. Let's see, I can take things out that I don't need. Do I want to put these pages in here? I don't want these pages in here. So I'm going to do these separately. I also have a way I think that we can preserve or store um, traveler's notebooks. Like if you use all B6 or if you use all standard size, there is a way to put those together. We'll see. And there may be a way to put them together even if they are not all the same size. Now, for some reason, this page is wider and I don't know why, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just make sure that my book cover covers the whole thing. And these pages are a little bent, so they need to be straightened up. Now, I have a dilemma on this one. Let me put this back. The dilemma is, like I said, I'm not sure the glue method is going to work because of the mushroom punches. So I could cut that off, but then if I cut that off, the pages won't be the same size. Technically, they're not the same size now. Also, if I cut these off, it's going to cut off my deco. Um, I could cut it like right up to the hole, but I don't really need to because the paper does go all the way to the edge, whereas this has gaps in the paper. I guess I could try it. It's not going to hurt to try it. So I'm going to take off the disc, and I'm using PVA glue. I'm not sure if regular Elmer's glue or any white glue would work, but PVA glue is fairly inexpensive. At least it was the last time I checked. So much has changed. in the last few months. I really couldn't tell you because I used Yes Paste to do the book on my other channel, and I paid $14 for that jar of Yes Paste. I went to look at the link for someone that was asking about it, and it's almost doubled the price now. It's like $27, I think. I was like, whoa, that's a lot for some glue. I mean, yeah, that's a lot. Okay. So where do I want? I think I'm gonna put this one on top. Just make sure I'm doing this the right way. And then I'm gonna put this one in between. I think I can go back later and put tabs or notations on the edge if I want to um, make sure that I know what year it is. See what I mean? I think I'm gonna have to cut the edges off because when I start gluing, so what you do is you put the glue on this edge here. See how clean that edge is? I would put the glue there, and that's basically what holds it together. You could also put a piece of fabric over it. Um, there's other things you can do. See how this is very flush. Everything was the same size. This is not giving that. Let me put the pages down again. This is not giving that. So maybe I should trim off some excess. Oh, maybe I shouldn't put the disc bound in here. I could put these with the others. I really wanted to do these though. But I think it would be better for me to keep all the disc bounds together. I could put these in here, but no, I won't because what I'll end up doing is cutting this off. So we'll start with the ring bound and we'll come back and do the disc bound another time. I think that would be best. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, so definitely want to pack all that down, get everything as pushed together as I possibly can. Also, trying to do the discs might have been the disc bound papers might have been a little too much anyway. Use some little magnets on these pages. I'm not going to take them off. I'm going to leave them for now. If they cause a problem, then I'll remove them later. This was in here too. I think I'm going to take this out. Um, let's see if I can remember where it was. I think it was here. Yeah, so I need to remember that I had it in there and maybe I can put some type of pocket or attach this somehow with some washi tape and then put the card in the pocket. That's what we will do. All right. I know I'm yammering, but I'm thinking while I'm doing this, I'm going to use this. This is not a good clip because the rubber part came off of it. So I'm going to use that one and then this one because the rubber came off of one side of that one. All right, so this is the bottom. This is going to be an issue 'cause I need this to be as flush with the bottom as possible so that I can stand it up like this. Okay. I'm going to have to put something to help prop it up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to end up having to do. Hopefully all the pages are going in the same direction. I didn't really check that. But again, this is an experiment. So here's another clip. So the key to this is getting this as compact and tight as you can. Now, I'm not going to be able to get it that tight, as tight as I would like to. So what I will end up doing after I show you this step is putting it between two heavy books or under something heavy and finishing up. Okay, so here's my PVA glue. This is the glue that I'm going to use. And for this, I like to use a regular bristled brush just so that some of the glue will get slightly into the crevices between the pages and hold better. I'm going to put this on a piece of wax paper. This is the paper that I used previously. Shake it up. Mm, Add some. This is not a good brush. I need to glue it, but all right, so I'm just gonna put a little glue on, smooth this out of the way temporarily. So again, the key to this is having this area up here where the edges of the pages are as tight as possible, and then you just paint on the glue. We also did this in another video uh, with index cards. We made a book with index cards. I'll link to that video in the description box below if you want to check that out. Oop. And try not to make a mess like me. I'm going to try and do as much of the gluing in this position, then I am going to have to lay it down uh, between the books and do the rest. Let's bring this up some. Okay, I think it's best that now that one came off. The little protector rubber pieces just don't hold up. So that's done. All right, so now this is a heavy old book that I got from Goodwill to use for junk journaling. I'm going to lay one side down, and I could probably use a couple of books for this. And I'm just going to put it to the edge of the book. It's not really much I can show you here, but yeah, it's on the edge. Let me hurry up. And then I'm going to put another one on top and hope that they hold. That one came off too. That one came off too. Wow. Okay. I think I need some more weight. That's not enough. What can I use? I'm going to use some of those extra paper pads to add some weight. It's probably not enough. All right. And then here is a box of sticker books. All right. So I'm going to use the camera on my phone to show you what I'm doing because you won't be able to see it from here. All right. So here we go. I'm getting some more glue on my brush. And I'm just going to continue. Let's get so you can see. I'm just going to continue painting the glue on. I'll do 2 or 3 layers. It's going to depend on what it looks like, but I want to get it as smooth as I can and make sure I don't have like any gaps where there's glue missing, like there. Just try and get in there really well. Just try to get all those gaps. Hopefully my hand, this is not the best angle, but I'm trying to show you everything that I'm doing so that you can do this with your own inserts if you choose. And you don't want to want to try and keep the glue from going on the ends and on the sides. So basically you want to keep it on the spine. So that's it for now. I'm going to do another layer once this one dries and try to make sure I catch all those gaps. And then I will be back to show you what it looks like once it dries. All right. So I've already taken the top book off. I did kind of line it with, why does this look crooked to me? I did line it a little bit with some wax paper just to keep it from sticking because I kind of went crazy with the glue. And I did upload another video using this method on my other channel, Journal Life's Journey. So I'll link to that in the description box below if you want to check it out. Now, what I learned doing that video is that I should put my end papers on at the time that I glue everything together. But since I didn't do it this time, I am going to have to do that separately like I did in another video. But this is how it comes out. I can see a little glue seepage and things like this. I could probably peel them loose, but I'm going to do that very carefully because I do still want them to function, but I don't want to disrupt the binding. That makes sense. See, it kind of did glue my pieces together, but I think this is the only piece in here that's like that. Maybe I should get my X-Acto knife. This one I might not be able to pull off. Yeah, that one's on there pretty tight. I'll play around with that later to see if I can force it to loose. But what this tells me, well, no, that's still, I was going to say, because these are slit, the holes are slit here, that it might work okay with the disc punched inserts, but I think maybe not. So even though we still got some blank pages in here, I think it came out really well. Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments about this. I think it's pretty cool. Good way to hold on to those inserts. Now, some of this, like these pages, I probably could have taken out, but the added bulk um, does allow for extra hold, I guess. So, yeah, I'm not going to sweat that too much. I don't think there's too much of that in here, just a little bit. And then back here, let's see what we got. So, yeah, that kind of peeled a little bit off. So this one is really stuck. Next time I'll take the time to take those extra pages out, I think. Right. So this one opens, this one is kind of stuck too. But regardless, it lets me save my spreads. So I'm cool with that. I just need to go through and separate pages that may be stuck together. And like I mentioned, I learned doing that other video not to go overboard with the glue. And then the pages won't stick together. Because what happens is the glue starts seeping in between the pages, like there, and the pages will get stuck together. For the most part, oh, not this one. This is one of my favorites. I think it works pretty well. Quite happy with this. Julie Nutting Doll. So these are from scratch spreads from back in the day. It even caught the note paper that was in here. I didn't even know this was in here. A little journaling. I was able to leave those tiny magnets in place. Okay, so now I can go through my old planners, some of which are boxed up right now, but when I take them out of the box, I can just have a series of books, like other books on the shelf of my inserts that I designed. This to me is a game changer. For everyone that always says, well, what do you do with the inserts when you're done? I just can't throw them away. And I bet I could do the same thing with my classic Happy Planner stuff. Okay, that turned out great. So now all we need to do is make a cover for it, add the end pages, and that would be it. Now, for the covers, let's take this out of the way. Get flat papers out of the way. For the covers, I'd already had some chipboard in my stash. You can use cereal box, packaging from other kitchen items that are in chipboard. You could actually use cardboard. I can link to a video example of me using cardboard to make a cover. I'm going to use this chipboard. It's a kind of a medium to lightweight chipboard, so I doubled it. I didn't do the best job at doubling it, but I doubled it. And you can just use some inexpensive glue to double it, like Eileen's. I use some old this glue, this reptile uh, premium craft adhesive. I'm not a fan of it, so when I have large areas to glue like this, then I use that. And then I put it underneath those heavy books, even though it looks like it didn't stand in there long enough to flatten it quite right. But yeah. Then what I think I'm going to use to cover is brown packaging. I may paint it and do some mixed media effects on the covers, but I think the brown packaging would be a good idea. Then all of my volumes will have the same and have the same cover because I have plenty of brown paper packaging to, use on it. Let me stick these in here. Where did those go? They had them, I think here. Yeah, so it has the same tape. And I could make myself some pockets to hold stuff like this. I might just clip these in with a paper clip. So with this method, I'm thinking options are like endless of things that you could easily bind. Also, I have something coming that I want to share that will help make this binding much easier, and it's very inexpensive. I had no idea it's going to be so easy to come by. Okay. Now, also, I need to figure out how I want to cover the spine, and do I want to make this 3 layers so that it can be heavier? This is how it's going to cover the book. Should we stop here? I think we're going to stop here and come back in the next video and do the covers, the end papers, and the spine. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So basically, this is what we have. We made a book block using our inserts. And if you want to stop here, you can stop here. If you have some other method to cover this to keep it safe, you can, but everything is together pretty well, and you kind of got to work hard to peel it apart if you want to. So this is part one. There will be a part two and possibly a part three, but definitely a part two. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Will you be trying this to preserve your loose inserts? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and you may be interested in this other video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.